Today we're going to do just a simple tips and tricks video of how to elevate your summertime movie watching experience, whether you're enjoying outdoor activities or you're going camping or anything else that involves summertime fun, but how to incorporate movies into that summertime fun. And a movie, generally hour and a half, 2 hours, it's not going to take up the entire time. And so it's something that I've always liked to do, and just several different ways that I have done that over the years. Is the number one thing is just a simple iPad. You can just put your iPad out. You can just take your iPad, put it in one of these like rugged cases. Now this one here is designed to hang off the back of the seat in the car, so then the people in the back can watch it. But this is just one of the more rugged OtterBox cases that I put it in. You can put all your movies onto here, and that's great. It's the only reason that I have even really bothered to do the digital, when you buy a movie and it comes with a digital code, is to put it in to my computer is so I can have access to it on my iPad. That's the number one thing. Just easy to throw in the backpack, you know, on the go. I watch movies in the car, on long trips. I've taken it to my in-laws, and that's great. But then also being a physical media guy, there are movies that I don't have digitally, and I would say maybe 2 or 3 times total I've actually spent hard-earned money on digital downloads, and that was because they're absolute movies I love. Something like The Trip's coming up, it was $5. Like it just kind of fell into that category. But almost all the movies that I have digitally are from buying a physical copy, getting the digital download. So the movies that I don't own that way, this was the other option. Portable DVD player. You can get these really inexpensively on eBay, and then they still work. Like, that's the thing, is these are great. This one I actually found at the thrift store, and then my wife had one from like her college years. She actually had one, and we still have it. My daughter gets to use it. It's a cheap RCA version. This was a nicer Panasonic. It has a pretty solid battery pack in here, and I haven't used this in months. It still has a pretty full charge. Most of the time I use it in this room as well. If I'm trying to watch a DVD or something, I'll just set this on the desk, work in my computer, and I have access to this. And now this one here is just a nice one, but the fact that these things still work and you can get them inexpensively is just really awesome. It's something that I never would have thought to do in the past. I never would have thought to like look for this, because who's using these anymore? And I happened to see this one at the thrift store, really cheap. But the battery holds a solid charge on this, because I haven't used this, like I said, in months. And, you know, just turning it on, it was sitting on the floor, just sitting, waiting to be used. And it's something that probably going to take it camping as well. And it's really nice. It fits in the backpack, really sharp. But then here's something around the house in the summertime that I had planned last year. I got this for my daughter, and it was this really cheap used old projector. This projector is probably 20, 25 years old. It has these older connections, just the yellow video composite, some computer connections on the back. So it's very limited into the modern stuff. There is an S-video, so you can hook up a VCR, a DVD player, those types of things. I can hook up my computer, and then I can run a bunch of files off the computer. But the whole purpose of this was to, one, it was cheap. It was 20 bucks. The new lamp was 30. So all in, I'm at 50 bucks on this thing. I'm pretty sure those are the prices. But either way, this is just really neat. You can set this up outside, and you can get a really nice, inexpensive projector screen. They sell them for like $20 to $50 on the cheaper side on Amazon. And if you are going to go this route, I recommend getting a gray screen, because you actually get a better picture. And I found that out watching somebody else's YouTube video where they did the test. They put up a screen, and I'll show you a little image of it, and you just get a better picture overall with a gray screen. So get yourself a gray screen, projector screen, and you're good to go. But with this option, it works great in the house, and taking this outside in the backyard, because I can set up the portable screen, but then I need to hook up sound. So with this, I am dragging out some of my old stereo equipment, speakers, get the sound, put out the lawn chairs, and we have a great time. It's a great experience doing this, but this is pretty cumbersome. And so we're going camping, and this camping trip led me to look into the portable projector. one, I was already bringing the iPad and the portable DVD player, but having this portable projector, I'm able to rip anything off of my hard drive. I mean, all of my movies and TV shows and whatever I want. I can rip it onto my computer and then take those files, put them on a thumb drive or a hard drive, plug it into this, and I'm good to go. I picked up this Yabber T2 projector, and it's a portable projector, and I did the research on it, and there's tons of videos out here on people promoting it, and especially camping. This has a 2.5 hour battery life, but you can also plug it in and charge it up, and you can watch it while it's being charged. And this was just an overall great unit for the price. Now, there's other ones out there that are designed for portability, and they talk about the camping aspect of it, but the next version I saw was about double the price, so I went with this one. It's a brand I never heard of, but it got a lot of great reviews online, and the sound, it comes with a JBL sound system, and so I've heard of that, and that kind of like led me into the trust of this company and to check it out with all those other great reviews. But with this, I put it through its paces. Like, I want to take this thing camping, and I want to like figure this out, and what are my best options? And so I was able to put things, I had a 64 gig thumb drive that I put a ton of movies on, and I had to format it. I'll put all the information down below of like how I formatted it and what worked and what didn't work, because certain files don't work. Like AVI files do not work at all, but MKV, which if you are tech savvy and you can rip your disks to a file, putting on those MKVs, you know, just really easy. And then it works perfectly fine. We have a bunch of camping stuff and summertime movies and favorites that are already on the thumb drive. But then I thought of like, what if it rains multiple days? And so we're watching more than just one movie a night. And what if I want to have a bunch of movies? And there's different ways to connect this thing. So not only can you connect this with just a simple thumb drive, but this was something that was interesting to me. Using a 2 terabyte hard drive, I plugged it in here, and a lot of times, because this isn't powered, it doesn't work. These don't work unless they're powered or you have a machine that's plugged in. On battery, having this, it worked perfectly fine multiple times. So 2 terabyte hard drive, I haven't tested anything bigger, and I'm able to dump a ton of movies on this, and then I'm good to go. Like, there's just never-ending movies for this camping trip. But the simplicity of the size of this, you can hook up a tripod and have this. I would recommend getting like a heavy-duty one made for projectors. Smaller camera one might not do, because this is like 2.5 pounds, 3 pounds. It's not very heavy, but it is tall, so then it gives it that kind of awkward wobbly stuff if you put it on a cheaper projector or tripod. But you have this handle, and everything about this is, I don't know, this is like rubber, but it like feels like leather kind of, but it's definitely like a rubber. Everything about this feels like an Apple product, but it's not. From opening it up out of the box, the packaging material, everything that you're going to throw away feels like an Apple product, but then so does this unit. But really sharp. You're able to use this handle so you can tilt this up. What I've done is it'll project on the ceiling, so we've laid in bed and watched a bunch of movies, and you can plug everything in through HDMI. There's the USB to plug in the thumb drive or the hard drive, and you can plug in your Ethernet to do any updates that it needs to do, but this also has Wi-Fi built in and Bluetooth. Now, I went with the base model. There is a model above, the T2 Plus, and that's about $100 more. Now, the difference between the two units, you're going to get, with the Plus, you're going to get this dongle that plugs into the back here, into the HDMI port, and then it has like a thing that hangs off of it, and that allows you to connect your phone and other things Bluetooth to it that use the Hulu and Amazon and Netflix and all those streaming options, and that's for that dongle. Now with this, you can still connect your phone to it, and it turns this into a pretty hefty Bluetooth speaker that'll last a very long time. Like, you get about 2.5 hours of movie time out of this, but I think they were saying it was like 8 to 10 hours of solid just playing music. And it's extremely loud for what this is. This little tiny box had better sounding speakers than what's built into my television, and it was very pleasing. So being able to take this outside, bring it into the house, tilt it upside down, put it on the ceiling. It's just great. And it being there's an LCD or LED in here, and it's really bright compared to the older style projector, which you need kind of a dark room. You're not going to really enjoy this style projector in any kind of light. But this, in the daytime, with my curtains open and the sun coming in, I was still able to watch it, enjoy it, and see a picture. Now, is this ever going to replace my television? No. Is this going to be my main projector? No. Clearly, I would love to have like a nice 4K projector, but this is 1080p. It'll accept whatever you put into it. So you can put in 4K images from your hard drive. Like I have 4K movies ripped to my hard drive, and I was able to play them through here. So it'll accept the 4K, but it'll only display a 1080p. So you're not really limited in what you're plugging into this. But as far as quality goes, it's good. It's good enough. It's a great camping accessory, great outside accessory. But as far as like your main unit, more than likely not. This is not as good as the television, and I have seen some really awesome, expensive 4K projectors that are as good as my television or close to it for what it is. And so this right here, for what I'm talking about, being portable, taking it outside, doing the camping thing, 100% worth the money. And at the time of recording, I had paid $233 for this one, and it was on sale. I think the average price is $350. And then the T2 Plus is another $100 on top of that. So this one here, I was able to get it on sale. It comes with a remote, and as far as any kind of downfall for it, there's two things. There's actually this one thing here, the lens cover is not attached. In this old style projector, the lens cover has a string that dangles, so you're not losing this. The fact that it's marketed as a portable projector, and a lot of campers love this one and take this one out, and not having it being attached, I'm afraid of losing this. And so that, and then it didn't come with a bag or a carrying case or anything to protect it for being a portable unit. So I ended up picking up like a backpack to throw this in. But you can get the Yabber brand right on their website, but it was $40. So I spent the money. I got a nice backpack that's cushiony. It's made for electronics. And I'll just be putting that in there so I don't lose it when I'm using it. And then the other thing is you have to use the remote that's included. So this remote, and I'm sure there's like some universal options, but using this remote is the only way to access all the stuff. There's no buttons on the, there's the power button, that's it. So none of these features or functions will work without the remote. So another thing that, tends to get lost. Remotes tend to get lost. And so it's one of those things, you can throw some Velcro on this, stick some Velcro on the unit. That way you're not losing it. And then this is the cord that it comes with. Just a simple AC cord that plugs in, really sharp. You can see the back of the box here, it even as it's showing you, the unit, but it's showing you them outside with a tent. It really is marketed for camping, as nice as it feels. And like I said, it kind of has this Apple product feel to it. And so it has this, nicer, you don't want to take it outside kind of thing. It's not really rugged like that. So having a bag would be great, but it didn't come with it. So you have to figure out how you're going to transport this thing on your own, but it is pretty solid. It is pretty rugged. One of the really awesome things that I love about this thing, on top of the size, is the fact that it has the autofocus feature, and I forget exactly what it's called, but if you're not directly focused on the screen, and let's say this is tilted a little bit, it will adjust a little bit automatically to kind of correct the screen and just give it like a dead-on thing, because we've had it off to the side a little bit and it's done that. And then there's times where maybe the angle is too much and it'll say that it's too much and it can't auto adjust. You still can manually focus, you can manually adjust it, but it was just kind of a nice feature. And so anytime you did move it around, it pops up with a checker screen and starts to adjust itself again. And it's really nice because it's instant. So if you're watching the movie and you just pick it up, you turn it, you move it, it's going to adjust. If you take this thing camping, who knows where you're going to be able to set up, to project this on, but you can project it on pretty much anything and enjoy the image. You don't need to bring a portable projector. Just throwing up a sheet or projecting this on your tent or the side of your truck, is one of the things that a lot of those campers were doing. And so we're bringing a little portable screen. We're getting the gray one, but it's something that, you know, how are you going to enjoy this, or where are you going to project it? And the fact that it'll go really small, up to 100 feet, it's just, you know, on the screen size, and just depending on where you place this thing, front or back. And it's just something that I really enjoyed. And then there is another feature on here that a lot of people didn't talk about, is when you set this up, you tell it how you're watching it, whether it's sitting on the front table in front of you, or it's behind you, or like ceiling mounted, because there's speakers here and speakers here. It just depends on where the sound is coming from. And all around, one of my favorite purchases this year to watch movies, and I'm really looking forward to the camping trip. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of all this stuff. If you even thought about, you know, trying to camp and watch movies, or, you know, incorporating your movie hobby outside. But definitely something I would definitely give it a try. Check out this video right here if you want to see my experience with using the Plex server and ripping these movies to a computer, and how easy it is. But with that, remember to watch a movie today, and I'll catch you guys next time.